Leo, welcome to your May mid-month reading. I hope you all are doing well. This spread is going to be different than your monthly reading. So I'm going to pull two tea leaf fortune cards. I'm going to pull a soul's lesson card, and I'm going to give you a 5-card spread. Your first card will be your current energy. The second will be your challenge. The third will be your personal and spiritual message. The fourth will be your advice, and the fifth will be your overall energies. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hang on. Goodness. 6 of Swords on the bottom. Well, that flew on the ground. Sorry. All right, let's see what we got. Spirit, give me guidance, the best and most useful guidance for Leo for mid-month May energy, please. And thank you. One more shuffle. Goodness. Your current energy is the Death card. Let me move some of this stuff. Sorry. In your challenge, you have the Queen of Pentacles. In your personal and spiritual message, you have the Seven of Wands. In your advice, you have the Nine of Cups. And in your overall energy for the reading, you have the Five of Swords. Let me fix this a little bit. All right. Let's see what we get for your lesson card, Soul's Journey lesson card. Spirit, give me guidance for the highest good of Leo for mid-month May reading. Mid-month. Okay. Well, you have two. Self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. All right. So the first one is December. I've already pre-shuffled these. I'm just pulling. And the second one is finger warning you of a problem, either now or in the future. So let's see what we get in here for this, okay? So in your current energy, you have the Death card. So I am getting the feeling that not like I'm just getting a strong feeling like not to fear an ending just because it's an ending. Okay. Be patient with yourself, right? And fear is within all of us. And it's one of the worst emotions we can have, right? Because it typically leads to anxiety and all these other negative feelings and thoughts, right? But there's growth here. And growth is typically painful, right? But there is a transformation you're going through. Okay, right? I'm not trying to sound cliche because it's the Death card, but I feel like there's a hesitation with some type of ending, and fear associated with it. And it's like, ask yourself, who is it that you want to become? Because when I see the self esteem here, that you possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, and the indecision, I use my intuition in all aspects of life. The self esteem and indecision is speaking volumes to me, okay? And that maybe some of you have been having issues or problems with someone or a situation since December, okay? Or maybe the situation will end in December. Um, so you take that as it resonates, and sometimes these cards may relate to different people at different times, but I feel like you're going through some type of growth spurt. Okay, right? And growth spurts, especially when we relate those to children, they're normally painful, right? Like they're not easy. There's a transformation you're going through, things are growing. And when things grow, it's not always, easy. Just like when the caterpillar turns into the butterfly, it's that metamorphosis, and that metamorphosis is hard, right? With the Queen of Pentacles in your challenge, I feel like, maybe you're getting impatient. There could also be some type of lack of balance in your life, lack of financial stability. But I do feel like you need to be easy on yourself. Like be easy on yourself. All right. That is a strong intuitive message I'm getting at the moment. I also feel that perhaps some of you maybe have been overindulging or something of that extent. You take that as it resonates. It could even be overindulging in a person. All right. Um, But I do feel like it's really important to it's time to really focus here. Some of you may even have some type of obsession, all right? And or some of you could even be neglecting some type of emotional needs that you have, or you could be in a relationship to where you're only in it because of financial comfort. Okay. You could be in a marriage. You take this as it resonates. And even like these are the energies I'm getting. And I'm sorry, it seems like it's all over the place, but I like any energies I get. I like to discuss because there's people watching this video and can tie into these things as I say things. So you only take what resonates for you. All right. Um, but it's like it's time to transform here. It's time to get out of some type of old belief that's keeping you in a way stagnant and stuck in a way you think like it's not healthy for you. Some of you could do have impulsive buying, okay? um is what I'm getting as well. So with the 7 of Wands and your personal and spiritual message, I feel like you need to put up boundaries with people and things, right? And maybe even put up, put up some things, um, and set goals for yourself. Okay, that's like for one or two of you, like there's something with goal setting here. It is a time to find out, like, what are you truly made of? Like, some of you really need to become more independent and believe in yourself because some of you don't feel like you can be on your own or maybe even support yourself. Okay. But you can. There are ways, and you have to find ways to learn to be independent and love oneself. Okay. Um, there's like some kind of inner calling, like you have to get the strength and determination to move beyond whatever challenge you're going through at this time, and it's like your growth is dependent upon this. um you need to believe in yourself. You need to look at the weaknesses you have and work with those. Right? Maybe not get so defensive if somebody does give you personal criticism, which that's not always easy. Trust me, I know. Um, and you may have some tests. Uh, your faith may be tested in the near future. Um, but know that just keep going, stay positive, regardless of how hard that is, and keep moving forward with your advice as your 9 of Cups. This was your personal and spiritual message. I think I said that. With the 9 of Cups as your advice, I do feel like this is saying be grateful for the things you have. And sometimes we lose sight of that over other things that are going on around us. It's like it's also about acting as if you already have what it is that you want. And again, with the mindset of gratitude, abundance will follow. Focus on the good things that have happened in your life. Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food on the table? And just being grateful. Do you have a vehicle that you can drive? Do you have a bed that you sleep in? And all these things of being gratitude and thanking spirit, God, the universe, whatever that means for you. Quite frequently, every day on the way to work, I speak the things that I'm grateful for. My children, that they're healthy, and my home and the bed that I have to sleep in, and the food in my refrigerator and my pantry. And although that might seem very, you know childish, or however you want to say that, like, I truly am blessed because I've been in a position where it's been a real struggle. I'm a single mom of 3. So I've been in the struggle boat, you know what I mean? So I am truly grateful. And I even got a little sign that says, something to the effect that I still remember, when I prayed for the things that I have today, because that is truth. I just bought a brand new home. It was just built. Like, just 2 years ago, I would have never thought I would have been where I am today, but I just kept putting the energy and the love out and the gratitude and, doing things to help other people. Sometimes I would pay for the person behind me at the Dollar General or whatever, and just doing kind things for others so it would come back to me. And it did. It did. It took time, but it did. So I feel like that's a message to give to you that you need to hear. Like, when shit goes down and things are bad, that is when you're being tested the most and having the faith. And for as hard as it is to put yourself in the energy of abundance and gratitude, that is when you need to do it the most, and you will manifest the things that you desire. And that is a true statement from somebody who's been through it. I could sit here for over an hour giving you my story, and I am in just such a better place for doing that and keeping my faith as hard as it was. Because some days I could tell you I was on my knees praying to God and crying, like, why is this happening to me? And it wasn't happening to me, it was happening for me. And I'm a better person because of it. So, just keep going no matter how turbulent it is. And things are going to start to unfold. And, you will have that emotional fulfillment. Just keep going. With the overall energy of the Five of Swords, some of you may feel like, you're on your own, but I'm also getting the feeling that you need to leave the past behind you and let go. Continue to move forward. I am getting this drained energy that some of you, you're tired of facing all the challenges. You're just tired. You're exhausted, but also treat yourself with kindness, please. Don't talk negatively to yourself, right? Avoid and get rid of those self-sabotaging behaviors. Some people, rely on certain substances to feel better, whether that's alcohol, drugs, whatever. Find the inner peace within yourself. Realize how strong you are, how much you can overcome, and you will succeed. Okay. Like this is again, I'm getting like this is a painful process, but moving through the next 3 months, and I am going to do a 3 month reading soon, for the future 3 months coming up. I feel like you're going to be transforming into the new you. Okay. That is a strong sense. But this is like the nitty gritty. This is like the truth test, the down to the wire. Like it's for real now. So keep moving forward. I hope this message has helped. Keep standing in your power, and I'll see you soon. Bye.